I could be a cold-hearted cynic like you, but I don't like to hurt people's feelings. Well, you think what you want about me. I'm not changing. I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me. Because I'm the real article. What you see is what you get.
This is the famous speech from the 1987 John Hughes directed Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I had only ever seen this part of the movie before seeing the whole thing for the first time recently. It was a moment I've always enjoyed on its own, but when watching it as part of the whole, I was surprised that it happened only 26 minutes in. This kind of speech has the power of being in the climactic scene, but instead it serves as a defining moment for the character. This is our true introduction to John Candy's Dell. This probably stands out as one of the best Thanksgiving movies ever made, if not the only one made. It really helps to solidify the importance of the holiday, which is often overshadowed in media by Christmas. It's also, of course, really freaking funny. We've seen stuff like this before in National Lampoon's Vacation, The Blues Brothers, and The Muppet Movie, but I think this might have the best pacing and amount of gags that work efficiently. It's a movie that has aged significantly well, probably because of the main writer, John Hughes. He was extremely good at fitting in sentimental moments into the funny moments. While it's famously said that comedy is based on misery, it should also be noted that your characters should be endearing enough to care for, which is often the hardest part to achieve. How do you get someone like Neil Page, who is asinine to people he runs into and has such grouchy temper tantrums, to still be likable? Well, it's important to still develop him as a real person. You have to make him relatable by making these situations work in the realm of reality. I think a lot of us have dealt with nearly everything that happens in this movie, except maybe the car starting on fire. We've dealt with the horrible airline industry, we've dealt with missing the taxis or the planes, or having a bad hotel experience. This is the epitome of everything that could possibly go wrong on a road trip. Then you pair Neil with a character like Dell. The failure of other comedies is that the straight man is usually paired with a complete doofus. It's an archetype that can work and has been in existence since the days of Abbott and Costello or Laurel and Hardy. But recently, movies often forget to flesh the characters out as someone we know. Oftentimes, the person is such a simpleton that the character itself becomes detestable. What makes Dell work better than 90% of the other similar characters is that he still has such a warm-hearted personality. This is the guy that you would totally be fine with meeting, and yet you can completely understand why Neil wants nothing to do with him. John Hughes succeeds in making both parts of the duo extremely empathetic. That's what makes the ending so much more impressive, because I've seen other comedies try to pull off a sentimental climax with no avail. Due Date, We're the Millers, and even this year's Tag all have some personal strengths, but all fail to pull at the heartstrings because the characters just don't work on that kind of level. Every comedy doesn't need to make me feel the feels, but if it can make me laugh and cry, going back to the tradition of Charlie Chaplin, then I think that makes a movie extra special. This Thanksgiving, give Planes, Trains, and Automobiles a watch. You'll experience some of Steve Martin's best work and the undeniable talent that we lost too soon with John Candy. It's the kind of movie that sends a great message for what the true meaning of the holiday is. It's the real article, what you see is what you get, plus a little more. Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video, and seriously, have a happy Thanksgiving. Go out there, enjoy it with some family, friends, whoever you got. And I want to give a big shout out to my Patreons right now. That's Movie Johnson, that's Ryan, and Lucas. Thanks so much for the support throughout the year, and I hope my content is delivering, and I expect to give you some more in the future. But right now I need to brush up on some of my Rocky films, so I'll see you then.